Hi ABSS user, I'm going to demonstrate how to create a consolidated sales invoice using ABSS Premier Connect. The first step is to go to the Sales module and open the Sales Register. Here, you'll see your consolidated listing. For the system to recognize a normal sales invoice as part of a consolidated sale, we need to create two normal sales invoices. The key step here is to select the checkbox for Consolidate when creating each invoice. Do not select the E-Invoice checkbox because checking E-Invoice would send it immediately to LHDN, but checking Consolidate allows you to submit it at a later stage. Click OK and repeat for the another invoice. Once both invoices are created, the next step is to click on the Consolidated Listing button. Since this is the first time we're submitting a consolidated sales e-invoice, we need to click New Consolidate. The system automatically selects the two records that we just created, invoice numbers 11 and 12. In practice, this method allows you to consolidate as many sales invoices as you want and submit them all at once, either at the end of the month or the first week of the following month, depending on your business operations. For this demo, I created two sales invoices yesterday and today, and now I'll consolidate them. After selecting the invoices, you'll see that all buyer details are generic, as per LHDN guideline. And the invoice count is 2. Next, click Consolidate and Send. A message will confirm, successfully sent the consolidated e-invoice to the E-Invoice service. One record has been created for October. Now, let's look at the LHDN My Invoice portal. The document number is SC0001. Upon opening it, we see it is valid. Take note that the consolidated sales e-invoice uses the invoice version 1.1 format. And then this is the source of the number which follow the sales consolidated number. And then at the supplier information, it's actually the common information that we maintain. The buyer information is generic, although we have many different buyer in real life, whatever we consolidate is always use the generic. After that, since we only have two invoices in this example, the numbers 11 and 12 represent the running numbers of the selected normal sales invoices. The quantity is always recorded as 1, no matter how many line items you have. These details are captured in the consolidated listing. The tax amounts are 24.00 ringgit and 79.92 ringgit respectively, bringing the total tax to 103.92 ringgit. Additionally, take note that this document is signed by the intermediary, which in this case is Century Software. Following that, we have some more details. This is the billing information. That's about it for the consolidated e-invoice, as there's not much else beyond the basic information. Now, let's return to our product. Click the View E-Invoice Details button. Here, the system will provide you with a QR code that you can use to view the self-billed invoice on your mobile device. After scanning the code, you'll see the payable amount, the buyer's name listed as General Public, and the supplier's name as Cookie E10 Premier. You can also preview the invoice in ABSS Connect if needed, which will generate a PDF print preview. There is no need to send this PDF to anyone, but you may keep it for your records in case LHDN requests proof during an audit or visit. That's all for the consolidated sales e-invoice. Now, we are going to demo the consolidated self-billed e-invoice, which is processed on the purchase side. Before we begin, I've already created another supplier, which is a local supplier. Let's go to the Purchase module and open the Purchase Register. To save time, I have already created two self-billed records, which are marked for consolidation, so we can proceed with the consolidation. Now, let's take a look at the consolidated listing. What we need to do is click New Consolidate, then select the two records I created earlier. The e-invoice code is PC0002. So now I'll click Consolidate and Send. You will see the message, Successfully sent the consolidated e-invoice to the e-invoice service. Click OK. Next, let's look at the LHDN My Invoice portal. Here, you will see the same document number. Open it, and you'll see that the invoice is valid. All consolidated self-billed e-invoices follow the invoice version 1.1 format. On the left-hand side, you'll notice the generic supplier information, as this is a self-billed consolidated invoice. On the right-hand side, you'll see your company information. Below that is the consolidated e-invoice, which reflects the running numbers 25 and 26 for the records we submitted earlier. The quantity is always 1, regardless of the number of items. And in this case, the tax is 0. You can also see that the invoice was signed by the intermediary, Century Software. There's not much additional detail beyond that. To view more, you can click the View e-invoice details button. And the system will provide a form displaying a QR code. After scanning the QR code on your mobile device, you'll see the self-billed invoice details. If you want, you can preview the consolidated self-billed invoice by clicking the Preview button. And the ABSS Connect web will display the information for you. You may not need to send this copy to anyone, but it's a good idea to keep it for your own reference, just in case the LHDN officer requests it. That's all for the consolidated self-billed e-invoice. Thank you.